Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now today's video is a little bit different because we're building something, but it's not a car. We are building something that I've needed for a long time. I should have done it way earlier, but we're heading out to build a car trailer today, and I thought I'd take you along for the ride because it's something that you're doing with your hands. You all like seeing different things get built. So we're heading down to Rod's Engineering. They do full aluminium trailers, so I'm super excited about this because finally we're going to have our own shop car trailer. Oh my God! Oh, yeah. That was crazy. All right, so you're probably wondering what we're building now. I've got a pretty good idea of the design that I want, and this is pretty much a whole trailer. So what are you looking at? I know I'm wearing boots. It's one of those days, you never see me in boots, but Mum, you'll be proud of me. I'm wearing my safety boots today. Anyway, so I've had a pretty good idea of the design. I've used a lot of trailers, hired ones, different companies, this and that. So simple is always better. I want it to be as wide as possible, nice big flat deck. I think they call it like a beaver tail or something, where it has a bit of a ramp up. But the main feature, I want to have the wheel arches drive over. So you can actually drive over the ramps there. So you can get big four-wheel drives on there and smaller cars as well. But we'll see the thing come together. This is the trailers, what we're starting with, literally raw aluminium. The guys at Rod's here specialize in aluminium trailers, and they do a ton of like canopies, trays, floats, all sorts of stuff. You'll see a heap of trailers floating around. But also what we've got here from ARC Corporation. Now that's a hard thing to say, ARC Corporation. Anyway, they sent me a little jockey wheel years ago for an old trailer I had, and they pretty much supply all the accessories for a trailer. So we got axles, we got jockey wheels, we got brakes, we got wiring, we got lights, we got everything in here. So first things first, gonna rip this open, see what we got in here, and then start putting a trailer around it, I guess is the plan. Oh yeah, 360 off-road hitch, because we're gonna go some hectic off-roading when I tow my broken Patrol back home. So when I first came into this shed, I was pretty happy because they're a little bit more bush mechanic, kind of my style. They kind of make it up as you go, you know. I said, oh, do you know exactly what we're building? He goes, nah, like we'll just work it out how you want it as we go, which is sweet. But there is a base design, so sort of just a chassis frame, isn't it?
Yeah, just make it a little bit easier.
Just the core measurements. So that's pretty sweet. It's got my name on it, so I guess that's what we're gonna start with. These are the chassis rails behind us. Pretty thick stuff. Now, Ryan was saying, aluminium isn't technically lighter, which people may be thinking, oh, you go on an alley trailer, it's lighter. It's not really, because you need to go much thicker wall stuff to have the same strength. So the aluminium's just there so it won't rust, and you can make modifications later if you want to just throw another weld on and stuff. It's that easy, eh? Yeah. Alrighty.
All right, we'll get to marking this out and cut it all up.
Sweet, let's do it. So obviously aluminium trailer, some things do have to be steel. Obviously the leaf springs and that and the hangers and everything is all steel. So this is a bit of what? It's a bit of a subframe. You bolt that to the chassis.
So what we'll do, we'll weld these to this. Rod will paint it, and then what we'll do is basically we can shuffle it back and forward, get where we want the weight right to be for the distribution, and bolt it on.
All right, so Ryan's given me an amazing job. I've got to cut the whole floor. There's like 30 of these pieces. Riveting content. Jesus.
1 week later.
Alrighty, here's 30 planks, medium rare, the way you like it. So now that all the planks are done for the top side, we've got a couple more welds on the bottom, and I think the plan is to flip it over and do the deck. This is the back section. This is where all the tail lights are going and stuff, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll put all them in there. All right, watch your eyes.
I can't watch my eyes. I look through my eyes. How do you watch your eyes? All right, we've flipped the trailer over. saw all the bad welds I did, so if you do see this in person, don't dog the welds, because I did them. It's not these boys, they do a much better job than I do. Anyway, we've got the axles out, well not the axles, like the hangers from paint. They're still a bit tacky, a bit wet, but we're just gonna start mocking it all up. With the trailer, the biggest thing is to get your center line right, because weight distribution is everything. If you want a trailer going down the highway and you see it swaying left to right, the balance is wrong. You want a lot of the weight over the ball, but you don't want too much weight over your ball that your car just starts bottoming out onto the bump stop. So play around with that center line a bit, see where it's gonna sit happy. Depends on the car. A lot of the time you want to position the car. If it's got a motor in the front, you want it sort of further back. If it doesn't have an engine in the front, you want it more forward. So it drives properly on the road basically, especially being a twin axle. So once we get these pieces on, then we can probably flip it over and get some axles and get the thing on its wheels. It'll start looking like an actual trailer, get all the flooring on, and the thing will come together pretty quickly after that. Righto, the axles are in. Now these came from ARC. It was mint, they actually pre-assembled it. So all the brakes, electric brakes, all sorted. We believe they're about 2-ton axles each. So it's looking more like a trailer now. Do all the U-bolts up, get the next one on. We've got this mint little gantry crane. The more and more I look around this workshop, the more cool things I see. Flying welders in the air, cranes all over the place. I want to shop like this. Anyway, get this axle on, and then we'll probably have to use a crane to flip it, because now she's kind of heavy. And then start getting this floor on. All right guys, we're just going to interrupt this video for something well worth listening to, because TOOLPRO, which is the super cheap auto tool brand, has just dropped TOOLPRO X, which is like a proper top of the line toolkit range. You may have seen them be floating around the workshop recently. It's the new green kind of version of tools. There's a full range. This is like the mini kit, which I like for like 4 drives and that. They've got socket sets, spanner sets, and then full large kits as well. So if you just want to check out the tools, jump into store or online and check them out. There are a lot of cool features with these tools, including like separating tool cases to go into your drawers and then take them to the track. There's extra indents and clickers on the ratchets. They've got anti-grip undo your rounded nut spanners, like with indents. Like there's all these cool little features, really high quality build stuff. They've given me a couple to give away, so we're gonna do a giveaway on Instagram and a giveaway right here on YouTube. So I've actually got 2 prizes. So there'll be a winner which gets one of the big kits, the biggest one they do, and then the runner-up's gonna get a full spanner kit, which goes like right from like 6 mil right up to 32 mil or 34 or something massive. Awesome, awesome kit. So all you gotta do, drop a comment down below and let me know what your car is, your project that you're working on at the moment, and how you can use a new set of tools to make that project come to life. And I'm gonna pick 2 winners in the next episode at random to win those 2 kits. So definitely check them out. They're awesome tools. It's definitely a step up from the original stuff that they've been using. Now, number 2, I'm going to be at the Perth Fall Drive Show. Normally I give you guys a bit more notice about this, but the borders just kind of open, so I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it. I'm flying over there, so we're going to be there. The Built Not Bought stand, a couple of cars. They're not going to be my cars, obviously, because I can't get them there in a flash. But I'll be flying over there, so if you're coming down the show, come say g'day. I think we're going to have a limited amount of the summer range stuff. It's basically all out of stock online, but we're going to have some stuff extra there on the day. So if you want to get your hands on some of that, you have to be there to grab it. If you want to grab tickets, use code BNB. I'll drop a link down below so you guys can grab tickets and save a bit of money as well. So super stoked to see you guys back to my hometown. It's been a few years, 2 or 3 years since I've been there, so real excited to go back. Anyway, let's get back into this trailer build, eh? Alrighty, so it's on its wheels now, and I've noticed something straight away. It's really high, which is not ideal. I wasn't aware of this, but you can actually get drop axles, and a lot of the car trailers run those type of axles. So that's sort of my mistake. I didn't really have that in mind. This is more of an off-roady type trailer, but there's 2 reasons I want it low. Number 1, if 4-wheel drives are on here, they're top heavy in themselves, and you just don't want a whole lot of weight up high swaying around on a trailer like this. Number 2, if I do low cars, like I want to do a bagged Chevy and stuff like this, getting it on with the ramps is too much of an angle, and you can start scraping the bottom of the car and it becomes a pain. So lower is better for a car trailer. This isn't really going to go off-road at all, so I want to drop it down. We can still build it with that in mind, that we're going to have another 4 inches drop here. So we'll continue on, but I'm going to try and get some different axles thrown under here so we can get the whole thing down lower. Alright, so we decided to keep going on. We do have new axles on the way. They're going to be a couple of days. So now the floor's going on. That stuff I cut it up before. It's pretty cool stuff. It's like 6-ton floor, they call it. It's rated to less than that on this trailer, but it pretty much just locks together. We'll run some taxle on the bottom as it goes back through, and it should come together pretty quick now. So we're back another day. Cody's not in today, so we're back on the tripod. But the filming's not going to be as intense. It's a lot of the finishing stuff. We're going to start on the guards. So they've done one side early this morning while I had a sleep in. So then on the other side, and then start doing the side rails, which is where you have all your tie downs. The way they do that's pretty good actually, because the rail sits in nice and low. You can still drive over that section, and then the clamps and stuff will actually sit nicely in the channel. So it looks sleek. You can still drive over it. It's still strong. So I like the way that that's done. But yeah, it's going to start getting onto it. A bit more welding. Got a hoodie on today so I don't get that bloody ray burn like I got yesterday. I'll show you later. You'll probably see in the video I got slightly more red as the day went on, but that's all right. Anyway, let's get into it. Alrighty, so now we've got the channel in here, just finished up welding that section. The other side is basically the same, but a whole lot of these little tabs have been laser cut. Well, we're about to, so I'll show you that. Cut them out and then they basically slot in the channel, and that hole there is what a piece of bar, I think it's like 3 mil thick tube, alley, whatever, slides in there, you kind of weld it round, and then that's what your tie downs connect to. So let's go cut them up. Alright, this is pretty cool. One of the flashiest tools I've seen. I haven't actually seen a laser cutter be used in real life. So this is a digital file, basically a CAD file, and it will convert that into a cut. Is it laser or plasma? Plasma. Plasma, yeah, sweet.
Yeah. I'll go cut a sheet and we'll throw it on.
Check it out, yeah. Alright, I've just finished one side. Look at that wall, except for that bit. But yeah, here's the rails, tie downs, all welded up, guard on, and done the back as well. So there she is. One side kind of finished.
The next day.
All right, we're back in. We're not doing a full day filming here. I dropped in on the way to another shoot that we're filming. Anyway, some more stuff's happened. The back's been sorted. We've put these rails in. I say we, it was actually the boys working here, obviously. That's because the ramps, the idea, there'll be a tab on the front of these and they kind of latch in. So they're gonna like latch on here and you can slide them where you want, and then they get thrown in here. So I think we got some shots of folding up these sides yesterday. And then this is the main floor where they will go in, and there'll be a little locking tab and all sorts in there. Anyway, at the front, we're gonna do some stuff up there. Ryan has done the welding on the front section, which holds the hitch. And then we've got the jockey wheel too. This hitch is pretty sweet. I haven't really looked into it much, but it's a 360 hitch. It's got a sweet little like quick release lock tab and all sorts of stuff going on. And it has the full articulation. So yeah, it's not an off-road trailer, but at least it's got that. And obviously your handbrake as well. So we'll bolt that on because all this has been welded. The jockey wheel, similar to one I had on a twin axle trailer that I got. I'll wait till it's on, we'll get that installed, I'll get this apart, but it's got a pretty sweet design, the way you can change the height as well as the wheel. It's got like a magnetic removal handle and all that. So like I said, the full Art Corporation suite's going on this trailer because they've got really the latest and greatest gear. So it really puts the icing on the cake with this build. Anyway, let's get doing a bit more work. I'm in my thongs today because I'm not meant to be working here. So we'll do a couple of minutes just doing bits and pieces, and then we'll head on to this other shoot and let the boys keep going on with this one. There's a few more guys working in the workshop today. So there's a bit more noise going on, but we'll do what we can.
Make no mistakes about it. I don't want you. Can see it clear without it. I don't need you. Blackened out, I see the light shining through the darkest night. True love waits.
Alrighty, a bit of an update on the trailer. Some more stuff has been done. A lot more of the finishing bits. We've actually got a spare wheel mounted at the front, which is sweet. Like I said at the start of this whole video, they never build two of the same trailers. Everything is custom. So on this one, because I want to like build wide cars, possibly four-wheel drives and that. What they've actually done, these ramps, pretty thick alley, but they've actually put a brace in here as well. So that's super strong. You can actually drive over the ramp. So if you have a really wide car, you can come up here and go around the back. Something else that's pretty sweet, a bit of laser cut on the door here. So a bit of a Build Not Bought logo, slightly different font obviously because my letters would just fall through. Obviously being on a panel, it's gonna have to have those joins in there. A few more finishing bits around the side here, some plates, starting to clean up the welds as well. So when your lights and that'll go in there. The actual ramps are done.
Just out the front.
Yeah, so they slide in, the ramps are all sorted, they click on the side. Starting to fill in these panels here around the wheels. Bit of laser cutting in there too, so that just cleans up all that finished look. So everything's gonna be boxed in and look properly finished. So coming together, hopefully in the next day, even today, I think they're gonna start getting onto the wiring and stuff. I'll try film a bit of that. I've got to shoot out to another shoot soon, but hopefully we'll capture some of that wiring happening, get the brakes hooked up, lights, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I think we're well past the halfway mark. Okay, not long now.
Not long now.
Sweet, all right, cool. Those axles should be coming soon too. They were meant to come today, but then we'll get this thing sitting down where it should be as well. Alrighty guys, a bit more has happened. I got a winch sorted. Now this is the same winch that I'm running on my car, the Mongrel off-road winch. Decided to put that on. You can get like smaller quad ones and that, but they may not be strong enough. Thought, bugger it, just put a big old winch on there. I think what I'm gonna do is put an actual battery box and a battery in here, and then use that Anderson plug to charge the battery and do it that way. So I'd have plenty of pull and then I have no issues towing anything on here. Because man, if the whole diff falls out the back of my car, I can just skull shag the thing up the trailer. Axles have actually arrived as well. So I think they're over here. So they finally came, the 4-inch drop axles. So that'll make this thing sit so much better. So that's sort of my mission today, to get these under it. And then I think pretty much what we're doing is just the wiring. Some of the rear light stuff has started going in, but it's pretty much running the whole loom down. We'll have a look at that breakaway and everything for the brake system, full electric brakes and handbrake on there, and yeah, get the thing sitting good. Should be, today is the day it should be done. So we're not far off now. Alrighty, so we've got the new drop axles in. It's sitting a lot nicer now. We haven't actually got on the grain yet to see how it's going to sit, but at least that job's done. So now we're doing wiring and stuff. So obviously got lights, breakaway cable, all the electric brakes to go sorted. Even this is a little cool thing, which you got your Anderson plug as well as your trailer plug, but I'm probably not gonna use that because the Patrol's already got that. Might be good for the 80. Plug ends, there's a breakaway for the brakes. Got the brake controller here, handbrake, all sorts of stuff. So since it's fully electric, we can just run wires directly to the brake itself, and then it runs off magnets, electric current, all that, super simple. Yeah, and obviously all your trailer lights, side markers, and then right up the winch. Obviously we're gonna have a battery in there as well, so the winch will be wired up. And then pretty close to finishing it off. Alrighty, there she is behind me, all hooked up for the first time. I don't know what happened overnight. The bloody trailer pixie's gone onto it, but it woke up this morning and it was a finished trailer. Bloody amazing. So I hope in this video you guys seen what goes into building a trailer. You can actually appreciate how much work goes in. I mean, big shout out to Art Corporation and Lifetime Trailers. It's not easy doing custom stuff. You know, every little job here is different, so that's what they specialize in. It's really good to bring my creation to life the way I wanted it. We made a few changes on the way, but in the end, I think it's gonna be one of those things that will tow for years to come. You'll see this plenty on the channel. Down to shows all around the country this thing's gonna go, so it's gonna be super handy. And I guess it's time to take it for a test drive and see what we're doing. Actually, right now, today, when you're watching this, I'm towing the 80 down to Brisbane to get the wrap done. So if you've seen that episode, that was its maiden voyage. So let's see how she goes. Ever since this trailer's been done, it's had an absolute workout. The winch worked absolutely mint. When a car's not running, you can just pull it up. It goes over the ramps. That was super strong. It handled the 80 super well. We also had smaller cars on. The drift car's really low, narrow, and it managed to get up there without scraping too much as well, which is mint, nice and low. And yeah, it's towed absolutely awesome. So Big shout out to guys at Lifetime Trailers and our corporation. Definitely check them out if you want a car trailer, hit them up because they do heaps of custom stuff. Even if it's a horse float or something you might want, or a box trailer, they can really put anything together that you want. And don't forget guys about the giveaway for the TOOLPRO kit. I've actually got one of the big ones here, so chuck a link down below and just comment what project you've got, and also there'll be a giveaway on Instagram, so check that out as well. And then of course this weekend we've got the Perth 4 Drive Show, so if you're in WA, come down to Perth show, say g'day and grab your tickets. There'll be a link down there below as well. See you later. They say the definition of subscribe is to arrange to receive something, typically a publication, regularly by paying in advance. Please arrange to receive something, typically a publication, regularly by paying in advance by clicking the button below.